For years, the world has been captivated by the glamorous yet controversial saga of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. However, recent allegations by royal commentator Neil Sean have cast a shadow of doubt over the authenticity of certain aspects of Meghan's narrative, including the existence of their daughter Lilibet and her supposed connection to the Californian lifestyle she often touts. Sean's claims, bolstered by inconsistencies in Meghan's public statements and the lack of verifiable evidence, have ignited a fiery debate regarding the credibility of the Duchess of Sussex. Could this be yet another meticulously crafted layer of the Markle PR machine, or are we witnessing the unraveling of a carefully constructed facade? Neil Sean, a royal insider known for his bold takes on the monarchy, has raised eyebrows by questioning the existence of Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, the second child of Meghan and Harry. While the couple announced Lilibet's birth in June 2021, critics, including Sean, have pointed out glaring oddities surrounding her introduction to the public. Unlike their son Archie, whose birth was celebrated with typical royal fanfare and a public announcement, Lilibet's arrival was shrouded in secrecy. No official photographs were released immediately, and the family's insistence on protecting their privacy led many to speculate about the legitimacy of the claims. Adding fuel to the fire, there are few public sightings of Lilibet, and the couple has been notably selective about sharing images of her. While privacy is a valid concern, critics argue that Meghan and Harry's media-savvy nature contradicts their claims. After all, this is the same couple that signed multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify, leveraging their status as global icons. Why, then, would they choose to keep something as significant as their daughter under wraps? Sean and others suggest that this inconsistency points to a deliberate attempt to manipulate public perception, raising serious questions about the truth behind Lilibet's existence. Another contentious element of Neil Sean's critique is Meghan Markle's portrayal of herself as a quintessential Californian. From her interviews to public appearances, Meghan has repeatedly emphasized her connection to California, painting a picture of sun-soaked beaches, idyllic childhood memories, and an unwavering dedication to progressive ideals. However, Sean argues that this narrative is little more than a manufactured attempt to align herself with a specific brand of American celebrity culture. For starters, Meghan's connection to California is far less idyllic than she often portrays. Born and raised in Los Angeles, Meghan's upbringing was marked by familial discord and personal ambition rather than the harmonious, laid-back lifestyle she now champions. Her father, Thomas Markle, has repeatedly contradicted her claims about their relationship, stating that he financed her private school education and early career aspirations, a far cry from the self-made image Meghan frequently promotes. Furthermore, Meghan's move to Montecito, an exclusive enclave in California, has been criticized as an attempt to align herself with Hollywood elites rather than a genuine return to her roots. Sean also highlights the irony in Meghan's self-styled image as a Californian activist and philanthropist. While she often speaks of giving back to the community, there is little evidence to suggest that she has actively engaged with local causes or grassroots movements in California. Critics argue that her focus on high-profile ventures, such as her Archwell Foundation, is more about maintaining her public image than affecting real change. This disconnect between Meghan's words and actions has led many, including Sean, to question the authenticity of her Californian narrative. One of the most damning aspects of Neil Sean's allegations is his assertion that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have mastered the art of media manipulation. From their infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey to their Netflix docuseries, the couple has consistently framed themselves as victims of an oppressive institution and relentless media scrutiny. However, Sean argues that this narrative conveniently ignores their own role in fueling the very media circus they claim to despise. For example, Meghan and Harry's decision to name their daughter Lilibet, a private nickname for Queen Elizabeth II, was seen by many as a calculated move to maintain their connection to the royal family despite their public criticism of the institution. Critics, including Sean, have questioned the sincerity of this gesture, pointing out that it came at a time when the couple was actively distancing themselves from royal duties and traditions. By invoking such a deeply personal name, Meghan and Harry effectively ensured that their daughter would remain a topic of public and media interest, further entrenching themselves in the royal narrative they claim to reject. Sean also points to the couple's frequent use of emotional appeals in their media appearances. Whether discussing their struggles with mental health or their perceived mistreatment by the royal family, Meghan and Harry have consistently positioned themselves as underdogs fighting against a powerful establishment. While these stories have garnered sympathy from many, critics argue that they are part of a larger strategy to control the narrative and deflect criticism. This calculated approach to media engagement, Sean suggests, is evidence of Meghan's skillful manipulation of public perception. At the heart of Neil Sean's allegations is a broader question about Meghan Markle's authenticity. From her claims about Lilibet to her self-styled image as a Californian activist, Meghan's narrative is riddled with contradictions and inconsistencies that have fueled skepticism among critics. Sean's accusations, while controversial, tap into a growing sentiment that Meghan's public persona is more about optics than substance. For instance, Meghan has often spoken about her desire for privacy and a normal life for her children, yet her actions suggest otherwise. From high-profile interviews to lucrative media deals, Meghan and Harry have consistently placed themselves in the spotlight, contradicting their stated desire for a more private existence. This discrepancy has led many, including Sean, to question whether Meghan's actions are driven by genuine values or a calculated effort to maintain her relevance in the public eye. Neil Sean's allegations against Meghan Markle are undoubtedly controversial, but they reflect a broader debate about the nature of celebrity, authenticity, and media manipulation. Whether or not one agrees with Sean's claims, it is clear that Meghan's narrative is far from straightforward. From questions about Lilibet's existence to the authenticity of her Californian roots, Meghan's story is a complex tapestry of contradictions and controversies that continues to captivate and divide audiences worldwide. As the world watches this unfolding saga, one thing is certain: Meghan Markle's legacy will be defined not only by her actions but also by the narrative she chooses to embrace and the truths she chooses to reveal. Whether she can overcome the skepticism of critics like Neil Sean and solidify her place as a genuine force for change remains to be seen. Until then, the debate over her authenticity and intentions will continue to rage on, fueling headlines and captivating audiences on both sides of the Atlantic. Sean also points to the couple's frequent use of emotional appeals in their media appearances. Whether discussing their struggles with mental health or their perceived mistreatment by the royal family, Meghan and Harry have consistently positioned themselves as underdogs fighting against a powerful establishment. While these stories have garnered sympathy from many, critics argue that they are part of a larger strategy to control the narrative and deflect criticism. This calculated approach to media engagement, Sean suggests,